Hi, I'm Tracey Christensen, your host on Community Connection. Accommodating those with disabilities is a concern of many in our community. Today I'm joined by Steve Noyce and Lori Ruth from the Alexander Graham Bell Association, and they're here to tell us what this organization is doing to assist the hearing impaired here in our community. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Tell me what the Alexander Graham Bell Association, or AG Bell, does to advocate for children with hearing loss.
Well, AG Bell is a national organization, and it was actually begun by Alexander Graham Bell, who was a teacher of the deaf. He married a deaf lady, Mabel Hubbard, and he really wanted the deaf to be able to talk and to communicate through spoken language. And that has been the goal of AG Bell for the past how many ever years it's been. I'm the president of the Utah chapter of the Alexander Graham Bell Association for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. And Lori is the immediate past president of the organization. I've only been the president for about 3 months.
Wow.
And we really advocate for helping children and adults who are deaf and hard of hearing use speech to communicate and to advocate independence for them by using speech.
Which is so important. And so you work with both children and adults. And tell about the different methods of communication that those who are hard of hearing can use to communicate.
The neat thing is that there's no one right option for any child. It's what's best for the family. That's usually what's going to be pretty good. Some options for the children that we have today is listening spoken language, which is what AG Bell supports. There's also American Sign Language, where it's voice off and you are signing. American Sign Language is a language in and of itself. Some people think, oh, I can do a couple of signs and I'm signing, but that's not what true American Sign Language is. And then there's cued speech, where your hand shapes will represent sounds, whether you use it by your face here, on your chest here, and it's a phonetic, so it's not necessarily a language, although some people will argue it is. That is a method that some families are using with their children. Then there's some families who will talk and sign at the same time. It's not very clear because you have spoken language, that you're talking, and you have sign language on your hand, but sometimes they don't necessarily match. But for some families, that's what works for them.
And so it can be a lot and overwhelming, and you're here to kind of help families sort through that and see what will work best for them. Mm-hmm. And I know you're a teacher, and you mentioned that AG Bell advocates spoken language, listening and language. How difficult is it for a young child who is deaf to learn spoken language? You know this, right?
It's not, it is and it's not. It really comes down to the family. Are they vested in it? Is that what the outcome that they want for their child? Because if it is, it just becomes a natural part of interacting with the child. It becomes your personality. It becomes who you are. And so with the young child learning how to talk, they obviously need to have technology, which nowadays we have digital hearing aids or cochlear implants. And maybe 13 years ago, they were just doing one side, which is what I have. I have an implant, but I only have it on one side. Nowadays, we're doing 2 ears. You have 2 ears. This implant, 2 ears. FDA says 12 months, and so when a baby is 12 months old, you have to have a severe profound loss. We just don't go around implanting anybody that has, a hearing loss. And it's not for everyone. So for the families that choose cochlear implants, the baby can have it when they are 12 months old. And then we just teach them to learn how to listen and learn how to talk, but we do it in a way that's natural. We do it in a way that it's just a part of your day, interacting with the child. And, with everything all lined up, the child will be just fine in terms of language. It is amazing.
Our advances are so great. Steve, tell us your website.
And Lori's role goes into the homes and actually helps the parents in their homes learn to communicate with their child, and learn to help the parents monitor and use the technology. And it's technology that is very complicated and needs support.
Yeah, you don't just slap it on and then, oh, I can hear you. Hey, Mom, what's up? It's not like that. Yeah. You have to learn how to listen, and there's things that you need to do. So it's a decision that's not entered in lightly. Families are educated. They're doing their research. They're seeing, is this what I want for my child? And if that's what you want, then we're going to get you there as fast as we can. And again, it's not for everyone. So AG Bell does not support implants for all children.
tell us your website for those who are interested in learning more about how to help you and support you or who need your services.
Well, the website is a national website to the national organization, and we have a link on that also for the Utah chapter. But it's, I think it's listeningandSpokenLanguage.org, and
Great.
I hope that's available for
Yep,
people to
we've
see on the
got
screen.
it right up on the screen.
Wonderful.
So thank you, Lori and Steve. We appreciate you being with us and for your service in our community. Here at 11, it's our privilege to share with you information about organizations like Alexander Graham Bell Association. To learn more about how you can get involved in assisting the hearing impaired and support their events as a charity, please visit KBYU11.org and click on Community Connection. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again on Community Connection.